Watching baseball is an art. Let's talk about that. Folks, welcome to the Baseball Brewhaha. I have no idea if that intro really fits. We're going to talk about watching baseball. I don't know if the art thing makes any sense, but we're going to launch in. We got two things we got to tackle. One is a dream road trip for 2026. No clue if this is going to happen. And the other is a quote about watching baseball. So we're going to dive in. Adam, before we launch in here, do you have anything you want to say about watching baseball, going to games, a dream road trip, a dream game, a dream stadium, location that you want to hit?
Well, I do have those, but I'm hung up on the art of watching baseball and what that might mean.
Yeah.
How could that be an art? I know people watch baseball as art,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And people watch baseball and then make art based on what they've seen.
Written, painted,
Right.
video, all kinds of stuff.
Watching baseball is an art.
Well, yeah, I think part of what I think about is this is going to tie into the two things that we're talking about here is one, if you have locations you want to get to, it's a bit of an art form to dream up a road trip.
Mm-hmm.
It can have science, it's got art and science tied to it,
Math,
mathematicious.
geography.
Yep. I mean, you got the whole school subjects,
Yeah.
the whole thing. And then on top of that, it's like when you're watching a game, there are different ways to watch the game, which we'll touch on. So let's back burner that one for a minute. Let's talk a little about the art of constructing a road trip.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so I've done this both for 2025 and 2026. Schedules came out for next year, and I thought one thing I would love to do, like you and I have talked about, would be fun to hit all the stadiums. You've got way more under your belt than I do. But I thought, what better way to check off 6 stadiums than hit a
Hmm.
road trip that hits Arizona and all the California cities?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all, I mean, getting to the first one is a bit of a trek. But once you hit the first one, all of them can be hit within a day, in a day drive.
Mm.
You hit one, you go the next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And some of
So
them you could probably, we did this on our road trip 2 years ago when we did day game, night game
you could, yeah,
on the
there's
same day.
potential.
You could, depending
I
on the schedule.
I didn't look at that detail. I just looked at days.
Yeah.
So what I did is, let me see if I can. I don't know if this is really gonna help me here. I was gonna share my screen, but I don't know if the days. Well, we'll just stick it up here. We can do whatever we want, Adam. All right.
We
So
can.
so here's where we went here. I kind of did it in the order of what let's see, can I freeze some panes here? Whatever. All right, I did it basically in the order of like if you're going starting in Arizona, then
Hmm.
geographically you go San Diego, LA, Angels, Dodgers, Giants, A's.
Hmm.
And then if you start in Sacramento, you go the opposite. A's, Giants, Dodgers, Angels,
Okay.
Padres, Arizona. So the one that made the most sense was over here in late July.
Hmm.
Start in Sacto, July 28th. You go San Francisco on the 29th, Dodgers on the 30th, Angels 31st, Padres on the 1st, and then you got an off day.
Uh-huh. You got to take that day of rest.
You got yeah, yeah, it's five in a row.
Yeah.
And then you hit the D-backs on the 3rd, and then you're back.
Mm-hmm.
So now this, in order to really execute this, is you gotta like to get in, like let's say this is a night game here on the 28th. We have to leave early on the 27th to hit that night game. And then here, if assuming this is a night game, you're probably looking at being back on the 5th, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
So 27th to the 5th, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 10-day adventure to make that happen. So it's tough. It's a tough one to
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
but doable.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like if you're going to go to one of these, you can hit them all, especially if you're driving. If you're flying, that's different. But
Yeah.
so, I mean, what thoughts do you have about the art form of this?
I'm seeing more science
Yeah.
and a little bit more logic
Mm-hmm.
than I am art in this scenario here.
Mm-hmm.
When you ask about art, though, as you scroll through this, my eye catches some of the different patterns, and there's almost like wave-like patterns.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you have all these. You gotta the homestand things. You gotta
I know, but
work
it's
around.
like,
Yeah.
and it's like they have home stands and away and road trips at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Though. Yeah. Somewhat. I mean, here's a little wonky one, and here's a little wonky one. So, but yeah. So I mean, part of that though is that like if you're gonna do a trip like this, it does require some creativity.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you're driving, like you can't stay like I wouldn't want to stay in. I mean, I guess in one sense I would want to stay, but in that many hotels, that's very expensive
Mm-hmm.
um, to do that. Now, I have the advantage of having a camping trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So you creative there, you pull it behind the van. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Paying for gas, it's a lot of gas, but you could keep this other than the gas pretty inexpensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hit like KOA, campground,
Mm-hmm.
throw up your tent, and then the rest of it is just like, I mean, when we went to Chicago last year, it was an art form figuring out how to get everywhere on a budget, and the way things unfolded, it was beautiful. Our
Yeah.
our experiences in everywhere along the way were incredibly beautiful. So,
Yeah. And the timing worked out.
mhm,
Especially, I think about that one day we did the Cubs game, afternoon game,
mhm,
and then the Brewers game in the evening.
mhm,
And we were so fortunate that the Cubs game just moved right along.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, the
As
biggest
we
okay,
didn't miss a single
single
pitch
pitch.
of
No.
either game, but we got there, like 5 minutes before first pitch
Yeah.
to Milwaukee after the Cubs game. And so thinking about this potential road trip 2026, there could be a little bit of that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, our biggest hang up, the thing that slowed us down the most going from Chicago to Milwaukee was picking up dinner at Arby's.
Yeah.
We
They
sat
weren't they weren't ready to
they
make
were
the chicken sandwiches.
yeah, we were hitting the deal and they weren't ready. Weren't ready
Yeah.
for it. So, but we got it done. So, but then it got me thinking about so now I'm thinking about the game, watching the games themselves. So we last year Chicago, Milwaukee. We've watched games together, growing up and whatnot. And I'm reading this book called The Brothers K. And it's a novel set in the 60s. And a big part of at least the first portion of it has some baseball setting to it. And so I'm reading along and I came to this part of the book and I thought it was very interesting for discussing watching a game and to kind of we can wrap it in an art form to it if we want to. Okay, so I'm going to read it. Here's what it says. There are, as far as I can tell, just two types of people who can bear to watch baseball without talking: total non baseball fans and hardcore players. The hardcore player can watch in silence because his immersion is so complete that he feels no need to speak, while the persona non baseball can do it because his ignorance is so vast that he sees nothing worthy of comment. For the rest of us, watching any sort of baseball like proceeding without discussing what we're seeing is about as much fun as drinking non alcoholic beer while fishing without a hook.
A little dramatic.
Hey, it's you got it.
It's a book.
It's a book.
You
Let's go.
gotta you gotta sell. You gotta put words on the page that sell.
So I I'm curious because so I'm thinking back when we went to Chicago and Milwaukee and watched games. What was our conversation level?
It was low. Um, it was okay. I'm distracted by a road trip. Are we still looking at the road trip here?
My bad. Let me shut this
Get
down.
it,
I
get
mean,
get it out of here.
yeah,
Get it
get
out
it
of
out of here.
here.
Yeah, out of here. I
Okay,
mean,
Cubs.
this would come into play if we take a big road trip.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it would. So thinking back, there was more chatter in the Cubs game that I recall
mhm,
for two reasons. One,
mhm,
I think it was our first day.
yep,
So we're excited. Trip is just starting. We haven't seen each other in a while.
mhm,
First time we're on this kind of trip together.
mhm,
So we're jazzed. We're excited, you know, and we're at Wrigley.
mhm,
Beautiful ballpark, history, all the things. We're taking it in. We're talking about it. What do I see? What do you see? What's fun? What's not fun?
mhm.
And we're also talking about the pace of the game quite a bit. And we were keeping a
And
score in our scorecard. We were keeping score,
yeah, strategizing.
doing all that, and we're like, oh, this game's humming along. I think if we keep
Mhm.
at this pace, we're gonna make the Brewers game, whatever. So that's what I remember. But then the Brewers game,
Well, and then also Mackenzie Gore for
hmm
Washington was throwing a no hitter for quite
yeah,
some time. So, I mean, there was things worthwhile um,
hmm
to have at least some discussion. But you're right. We spent a lot of time talking about like, okay, it's third inning and it's like 45 minutes. Like we're cooking right now. So,
yeah,
so
yeah. And then we get to Milwaukee, and what I remember most vividly is how tired I was. And so there wasn't a lot of energy left for me to
mhm.
keep up the chatter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. Um, yeah, it was a tiring. I mean, I had my like my flight was all terrible the night before. So Adam
Yeah.
picked me up at the airport at like 2 in the morning. Like it was a bit of a disaster the night prior. Um, so yeah, getting up to Milwaukee was that it was tiresome. So um, but yeah, it made me so anyway, just this quote made me think about like when I go to games here in Denver, it's closest place for me to go games. Like I don't talk to people.
Hmm.
Like not because I'm like, don't talk to me. It's just if they don't ask me stuff or whatever, like there's nothing to talk about. It's a baseball game.
Yeah. You're
The
immersed in the
baseball
game.
the baseball game has its own conversation
Hmm.
that I'm participating in. I don't I don't need other conversation right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's like it for us, I'm assuming you, but for me, it's like going to a movie. Like the whole thing is action.
mhm,
I'm not going to a movie and like people are chatting me up, you know?
mhm. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not like, hey, did you see that? Did you
Yeah.
see that in the movie?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Wasn't that cool?
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and the challenging thing is when you get into a situation where you're watching, like it's maybe you can help me out here. I know you go to games with like family and kids, and I do too. Um, Generally, my kids kind of either like my older two tend to just watch. My younger two want ice cream. Um, so it's those a little bit two different experiences there.
Hmm.
Um, but like there are times where I have a hard time sometimes being patient. I'm watching a game. Like there's one time, okay, here's an example. 2022, Mariners make the playoffs for the first time in 21 years. I'm at home watching um game 3 of the ALDS. Astros, Mariners, 18 innings, 0-0.
Yeah.
And I had scheduled time to get together with some of the guys, some of my guy friends, and um, figuring the game would be over in plenty of time. Well, 18 innings, it's 2 games, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm sorry, guys, I want to hang out with you, but I have to watch this game. Like, I
Yeah.
can't not watch this game. Um, and um, and so I'm standing there watching it with some of the guys, and they keep asking me questions. And I'm trying not to be annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching the game.
Yeah.
So I don't like questions about the game, not like random questions like, oh,
Hmm.
what's happening or what do you think is happening? And I'm like, I'm watching the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not nothing against them, but it just is exactly what was being described here in this book. And I was like, you have the people that like don't want to ask you questions, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's not okay.
Yeah. Well, what I think I disagree with the statement as far as the people who don't talk.
Hmm.
I agree with the baseball people who are immersed in the game.
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't agree with the assessment of the people who don't know about the game and don't, like
Well, so
know what to talk about.
could there be a distinction between like watching it TV versus watching it in person?
Well, in either case, in my experience,
Okay.
when I have watched with people
Mm-hmm.
who don't know anything about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They talk constantly and not about baseball. Like, I would rather someone not know about baseball and be interested in baseball.
Yeah.
But the way that this is written is sort of like someone who doesn't know and is like just oblivious. Um, because, someone who knows who knows they're unaware, has that level of,
Mm-hmm.
self-awareness and has some interest, then there can be space in that for there to be conversation that is interesting, that helps you
Mm-hmm.
sort of feel the vibe of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But someone who's not interested at all and does not understand the game, uh, that is probably my worst viewing experiences have been in that situation because people just want to talk about anything else, and
Yeah, yeah,
especially
okay.
and
Yeah.
especially
Mm-hmm.
these are the people who talk about, oh, baseball's so boring. How can you even like this game? Oh my God, it's still going. You can't believe it. That's
Yeah.
the conversation I get.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have I don't think I've ever, well, I think maybe the one time I got close to that is we did a work thing to a Rockies game, and and it was fine. I mean, plus the Rockies got absolutely crushed. It was 19-2, and
Whew.
they had a first baseman pitching at the end of the game. So, um, um, which I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, that provides enough space to kind of like chat it up with people because
Hmm.
but at the same time I'm still watching because like Mike Yastrzemski is got a chance for the cycle.
Yeah.
You know, there are things happening here that like
Little
I want to watch.
Easter eggs in
Yes,
there.
like the first baseman pitching is the
Yeah.
first time I'd ever seen a position player pitch live.
Hmm.
Um and so anyway, that one was fine. And like I was at the point with that job too. I was still fairly new. So it's like I chatted a little bit with people, but I was mostly left to just watch the game.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't go to games really now with people who don't want to be there. I guess one time we took like all the cousins, and not all of them are big baseball fans. So, but I don't know. We all had held snacks and whatever, and it was fine. So, um, but anyway, yeah, I would that would be tough. That would be a tough experience. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry you've had to experience that.
I have. I've had that with kids. With kids, if you buy Dippin' Dots, then you're gold.
Yeah.
But adults don't respond in the same way to Dippin' Dots.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
is it garlic cheese fries do it?
no, I mean, I would say nothing because I mean, if you're at the game,
Yeah.
it's better if you're at home because they'll just leave the room and you're like, okay, good,
Yeah,
all right,
we
I'm
can
good here.
carry on. Yeah, right.
But if you're at the game, then
Mhm.
they leave and you're like, oh, okay, good. And they come back and they're like, oh, it's still going on. And you get, can you believe how much it costs for a beer? Can you believe that hot dog was $9? Yeah, I agree with you. And I don't want to talk about the cost of the hot dog. I'm
Mhm.
watching the game.
Sometimes I feel like these are the same people that complain about the cost of a hot dog and then they drop $150 to go to a Seahawks game.
Yeah, that happens. But it's like value proposition, right? Like
Right.
to the go to the Mariners, it's already they've wasted their time and their money.
Hmm. It's
But,
fair.
you go to the Seahawks for them,
Hmm.
that's their happy place. They'll
Hmm.
happily pay the same amount for a beer and enhance that experience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, yeah, fun topic. yeah, it can be a challenge. Like, so for my birthday coming up here, I'm going with a couple buddies to a game, and all three of them that I'm going with are baseball fans. I mean, not like probably not as big a fan as I am, but they know baseball
Hmm.
somewhat. So I'm sure we'll chat it up, and I won't be quite as intense, but it's challenging to go there and be like, I like watching the game.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
um,
when I don't know about you, but when I go by myself, I
mhm,
tend to try and buy a ticket that is by myself,
yeah,
and then I try to keep score on a scorecard, which like signals to people around me that like
like,
I'm
don't talk to me.
do my thing.
Yeah, yeah, I'm in the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and so uh, s- so in those situations, it's pretty easy, but I don't want to do that when I'm with people because then I feel
Mhm.
like that's not polite to just be
Yeah.
like, hey, we made a plan to go together and I'm not going to talk to you for
Right.
3 hours.
Well, and two, like with the pitch clock, like there are, I mean, I like the pitch clock. I will say that generally speaking, but like if you're not on your game keeping score now,
Yeah.
you're gonna you're gonna lose yourself. And so,
That is something I've learned is it can be a little hard to keep up.
yeah. So if you're like trying to, so it's not only that, but it's like part of the thing is like if you start keeping score and then you get distracted
Hmm.
and you lose yourself, like that, it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, it's hard.
And
And well, and what is there's an interesting a mental and emotional experience that I have with this because it happens more often to me now with the pitch clock, and um, I recognize that I missed that play.
Mhm.
I don't know what happened. I can just look it up,
Yes, right.
but then I feel like I cheated,
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
and then I don't know what to do with that feeling,
Yeah.
but I I do it anyway because an incomplete scorecard feels worse than
Yeah. Well, yeah,
the alternative.
I had a just a wonky situation. I went to that Angels Rockies game when the Angels won 25-1 and they
Hmm.
batted around like twice and I'm trying to teach my daughter how to score. I'm like I can't do this anymore. Like fifth inning we had to shut it down. So so I had, I was okay with that because I'm like we're watching history over here.
Yeah.
20, you just don't see this happen. So we got to be entertained by that. So there is sort of like I don't know, going back to the whole art thing. I don't know how you sort of classify that sort of art of viewing, but there are different viewing experiences and you can kind of shift in and you kind of have to I feel like in some ways like for me, I really have to choose. I have to make an intentional decision about the type of viewing experience I'm going to have.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, then I'm going to just get like into the immersion. And then if I get like distracted from that, then it sort of like throws me off a little bit. So I kind of have to have, I'm needing to be intentional about how I'm going to, my viewing experience.
Yeah, I would say though, as we're having this conversation, it's coming around to me that there is an art to watching, and
Mhm.
and part of that is sort of what you're getting at. Not sort of, it is what you're getting at, like the curating of the watching experience.
Mm.
And so, depending on who you go with and like, are you keeping score? Are you not? Or whatever, you might want to sit in a certain spot. You want to
Mhm.
sit by yourself, or you want to sit near people. You want to get tickets in a certain place. If you're going with the kids, like if I'm going to the minor league, going to Everett,
Hmm.
to watch the Aqua Sox here, then I'm sitting at the top of the stadium on the first base side, so I can look over and keep an eye on the kids playing in the grass
Yeah,
behind.
there you go.
So you got like there are all these factors that play into what type of experience do I want for
Hmm.
myself and for the people I'm with, and there's a bit of an art and science that goes with that. I mean, it's not totally different from creating that road trip experience we are talking about before. How do you meet
Uh,
everybody's needs? How do you enjoy
mm,
the game? All those factors.
yeah, yeah, and then it's the you know, if you're an experienced baseball player, you played, particularly if you played or you've watched a lot or whatever, you can start looking for certain things as well. And so that further enhances the whole experience as well. So, but well, this has been a fun conversation. There's probably way more ways that we could go with this, but we gotta call it for tonight. So keep you updated. It's not for not going to the game for a little while, so I'll give a little report on my experience. But thanks for hanging with us, everybody. We'll be back at it next time. See you then.